everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
Happy Friday. Welcome to another episode of Empowered, where we talk about faith, family, and finances. In today's episode, we wanted to share with you how to work together as a husband and wife, how to work effectively together in business. I know some of you are probably wondering, how does Roxanne and Dave do this? Not easy. So if you want to know how we do it, stick till the very end.
Yes, definitely. Working with your spouse is a rewarding thing to do because you get closer to each other. Your relationship gets better, and you get to know your partner better. But at the same time, it's not easy at all.
No.
We argue, we have different skills. What we did before, sometimes we used to compare ourselves to each other and say, why don't you do this? You should call people, you should call your warm market, or you should do this. How come you're not doing this? And it's actually not good because it's creating a pressure on each other. And instead, what we learn is
not yet. On top of that, it's hard to separate work and work and non-related work, because you always talk about business, and it's hard to shut it, because even if you're done with work and business, you still talk about business.
Yes.
So today I'm going to share with you just three things we've learned on how to work effectively as a couple.
Yes. So the first one is really focus on the strength of your spouse. I know it's very tempting to focus on what's not good about your spouse, but really when you focus on what he does or she does very well, and you just compliment them, compliment your spouse, and really just let him or let her do the things that she's very good at.
That's right.
Right? Like for us, I'm better in retention, right? Retention, following up, making appointments with warm market, and he doesn't like to deal with warm market. When it comes to business, he doesn't like to, contact people that, friends and families, and he just loves business. He just loves commercial accounts. That's what he likes. For training, he's very good in training, inspiring people. And like me, I'm not really good in group presentation or training, and I'm comfortable with just talking to people like one-on-one, right?
Second thing is, you gotta actually, from the get-go, in the beginning we didn't know this, is to really designate in business what are you responsible, what your role is, and what her role is, because sometimes you're like, what's happening, and you're fighting with each other because this is not being done, that's not being done. So again, second tip is to recognize your role.
Oh yes, different roles to each other. Who should do this, who should not do this, right?
In business operations, marketing, and accounting, and business and admin, right? Who's responsible for that, or maybe a mix of something, right? And the third one is, you gotta learn to shut it off, right? When ours is Tuesdays, we shut it. Business, we don't have, we find time on Tuesdays to actually, 3 hours of have a date, just to make sure that it's not all about work, right?
Really have fun with each other, not just business. Really have a different life aside from your business. And
ministry helps us.
Ministry help us.
Family helps
families,
us.
Friends. It's just have that different interest. That way you can actually enhance better your relationship.
So there you go. Do we fight? Yes, we do fight. We pull each other's hair sometimes. No, we're just kidding. But it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's fun. So I hope we gave you value. And as always,
if you see value from this, or someone is needs this message, feel free to tag them or share this message to them, and comment below if you're having the same struggles, or same if you have other tips as well.
Thank you for watching for another episode of Empowered. We talk about
faith, family, and business.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.